This is the Danza de los Paragüeros. You'll have to see it. Yampolsky's prints are just some of the most beautiful I've ever seen. Wet darkroom prints, they're astonishing. Frida Kahlo's father, Guillermo Kahlo, was a contemporary of Bremi's and an acquaintance of Bravo's. He's represented as well by his immaculate architectural photographs. These essential connections, both social and artistic, exist between every Mexican photographer in this exhibition, and they lend continuity and strength to the sum of the works. Eduardo Cadava is a wonderful photographic critic and essayist. He did a book called Words of Light, thesis on photography and history, on the photography of history. And he discusses at length Walter Benjamin's ideas about, you guessed it, photography and history. And as I mentioned, Walter Benjamin is not the guy that Larry McMurtry met at the Dairy Queen in West Texas. He was, in fact, a German-Jewish philosopher, sociologist, literary critic, translator, and essayist. He was born in 1892. I think he died about 1940. But over the last half century, his work and its influence has grown dramatically. He's now considered one of the most important 20th century thinkers about modern aesthetic experience. Here's what Cadava says about Benjamin. For Benjamin, the modern perception of history is inevitably experienced in a way that can only be described as photographic, partaking of photography's instantaneity and immediacy, its flash-like character, illuminative powers, its appearance as a fragment or temporal shard, its ambiguous status as both an image suspended in an ever-present and a concrete artifact of the past. There can be no thinking of history that is not at the same time a thinking of photography. Most of our Mexican photographs are modern and contemporary, but we do have a growing number of historical images, including the famous Albert post-mortem image of the fallen Emperor Maximilian, which is no laughing matter, but it's those big blue eyes that just knock me out every time, and the teeth as well. There are many legends surrounding exactly how he happened to appear as he does in this very strange photograph. False teeth. He was much damaged. He was shot by a firing squad, and they found a uniform for him. They found somebody's false teeth, and the legend. Maybe somebody loaned them. I don't know. The legend has it that they took the eyes from the Virgin in the church in Querétaro and put them in Maximilian's poor face. I doubt that that's true, but they are unquestionably glass eyes. Those are not his eyes. And there he is. And they combed, he had that kind of bifurcating beard. This sort of went in two directions. They combed his beard. It's really quite an astonishing, 1867, very early. It's right up on the walls. You can go and take a close look. We also have, as far as historical images, the wonderful Bremi works, the Trove of Weston Modotti works, and some images from the storied Casasola archive that I mentioned earlier. Here's one of them. You've probably seen this. This is the Adelita, and it's only part of a photograph. I saw the rest of it. The rest of it has somebody just sort of standing there looking, just kind of looking like it was an ordinary day. But this has such a feeling of urgency. Thank God they cropped it. It's just wonderful. I mean, it's just part of Casasolas, but actually attributed to Jerónimo Hernández. And this is from 1910. There's a famous song, the Adelita, that some of you probably know. I could say, I'm not going to now. Not going to do it. But here is, oh no. Bill will sing it. No, can't do it. Just come to Mirabelle some Tuesday night. I'll sing that, and I'll sing Shrimp Boats if you write the request on a $500 bill. Bill has never done that, and so I have never, ever sung that song in public. That was a terrible falsehood that Steve told about shrimp boats. Anyway, here is And here's the famous photograph. I think it's anonymous, of Pancho Villa sitting in the president's chair. This was taken in Mexico City at the Palacio Nacional on December the 6th, 1914. And that's, of course, Zapata sitting next to him with his great big sombrero, looking elegant and wonderful as always, being the best of the best in the revolution. That is my humble opinion. But anyway, right behind, here's a little anecdote. Right behind on the left shoulder, behind Zapata's left shoulder in the photograph, is a boy named Leo Reynosa. In 1988, Dennis Darling, who's here tonight, where are you, Dennis? Dennis? He's here. Oh, there he is. He's watching on TV. He's watching our closed circuit presentation, which you could all be watching. Or some of you could if you prefer to take one step away from the actual appearance. Anyway, Dennis created a portrait series of veterans of the Mexican Revolution, and one of the men featured is the same Leo Reynosa. Oops. Oh, no. There he is. And there he is. He was standing right behind Zapata, and there he is in 1988 as a survivor of the Mexican Revolution. Isn't that great? I know. I love that. I love that. In total, we have 5 of Dennis's hand-tinted photographs. They're right behind. You can see 2 of them on either end, but as soon as we crank this up and turn the lights on, you can come and see all 5. They're really lovely. I don't have time to show you examples and to talk about other very important images in the show, but they're photographs made by gringos in Mexico, both estadounidenses, that's us, and other foreigners. I've already mentioned Bremet and Cartier-Bresson and Albert, but we've collected many of them are hanging. They interpret the country from the outsider's point of view, and in wonderful ways, as Bill has done this for years, and created great photographs in the process. Please take note of the works of Rob Kendrick, Paul Strand, Keith Carter, C.B. Waite, John Christian, Daddy-O Wade, who's with us tonight also. Jeff, as a matter of fact, Daddy-O did that terrific old photograph that he then hand-colored. That's the Soldadera. Yes, it's wonderful. Bill Wittliff, Jeff Winningham, Edward Larock Tinker, Josephine Sacabo, and Debbie Fleming Caffrey. Also, they're great Mexican artists that I didn't have time to mention. Lola Alvarez Bravo, I just want to say their names. Lázaro Blanco, Manuel Carrillo, Faustina Steraet, who's here with us tonight, Flor Garduño, Luis Marquez, Raul Ortega, and Jose Angel Rodriguez. Let's see.